Well, hello, everybody. Welcome into Braylon's virtual tour live. Glad to have all of you here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We have a huge show for you tonight. I told y'all about MGM Resorts and Caesars Entertainment being hacked into. Well, Sony is now being hacked. We'll talk about it. Deborah Roberts, the legendary Deborah Roberts from ABC News, who is married to Al Roker. She has gotten a new promotion, a very well-deserved promotion. We will talk about that. Also in the news as well, SAG-Aftra. Is it game over for a certain industry? Well, we'll talk about that. But also, there's been an update to the actor strike. I'll tell you about it. And then finally, Chad Johnson is putting his black privilege and social capital to HBCUs in an all new way. So we got a lot to talk about. Higher is way, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Y'all ready to go? Let's get to it. Let's do what we do. Oh, hang on. If I can get my music together. Oh, no. Live TV, folks. You never know what's going to happen. Give me a moment. Here we go. Hi. Hey, everybody. I am here. Y'all ready to go on tour? Let's do it. Let's do it. So, like I said, Sony has been hacked. This happened early this morning. This comes to our friends from IGN. Sony launches investigation after ransomware group claims to have breached company systems. So every division of Sony has been hacked. It says Sony has said that it launched an investigation after a ransomware group claimed to have breached the company's systems. Cybersecurity Connect report that a ransomware group calling itself Ransomed VC claimed it breached Sony Group and threatened to sell stolen data. We have successfully compromised all of Sony's systems, ransomed.vc claimed on both clear and dark nets. As reported by Cybersecurity Connect, we won't ransom them, we'll sell the data due to Sony not wanting to pay. Data is for sale. While the claims of this are unverified at this stage, Cybersecurity Connect said Ransom VC posted proof of hacked data that included screenshots of an internal login page, an internal PowerPoint presentation outlining test bench results, and a number of Java files. There's also a file tree of the entire leak, which appears to have less than 6,000 files. Cybersecurity Connect described this cache of data as small relative to all of Sony Systems' claim. Ransom VC threatened to post the data on September 28th if no buyer is found beforehand. As in a statement issued to IGN, Sony said, "We are currently investigating the situation and we have no further comment at this time." The news rekindles memories of the costly PlayStation Network hack of 2011, which saw the personal details of 77,000 accounts accessed. PlayStation Network ended up offline for nearly a month, disrupting game launches and customer services. Yo, what is going on in the world of social media and corporations? Like, it seems like anybody can get it. I mean, not saying that hasn't been the case, but MGM Resorts and Caesars Entertainment, they were hacked where, slot machines weren't working, ATMs weren't working, key cards weren't working, your digital reward information was out. Now you got Sony being hacked where if you got a PlayStation account, that could be hacked. If you have a smart TV from Sony, that could be hacked. If you got, headphones, that could be hacked. If you got a Sony phone, that could be hacked. So all of those different areas of Sony now being hacked, and if the data is not sold by September 28th, the data is going to be posted. Lord, I pray that everybody is okay, because of course, there's LifeLock, and there's other identity protection services, but this is getting out of hand. I mean, it's just rampant. It is rampant indeed. So prayers to everybody who has a Sony account. So not to scare y'all, but we try to inform y'all of what's going on in other news, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, listen, pop culture, entertainment, media is important, but also letting you know information like this is also important. Just like I told y'all about Hyundai and Kia being able to access your sexual information. Yeah, I talked about that on my virtual tour live. That's a real story that you guys can go look up. So with that being said, this news made me smile so much. The Deborah Roberts, who is married to Al Roker from the Today Show. And for those of you who don't know, Al Roker was out for a good while. It was rough. Al Roker had some medical challenges, and Deborah Roberts stayed at home. Well, she still worked at ABC News, but she was a ride or die for Al Roker. And I remember, Deborah Roberts going to the Today Show, and she was like, this is the wrong building. But I love Deborah Roberts and Al Roker, because even though they work at rival networks, they understand that that's their work, that's not their life. And so, Deborah Roberts, hey, Nikki News, welcome in, glad to have you here. Deborah Roberts has this soul, this care, this kindness that you feel like if you walk up to her, she is who she is. And she's making history. So I am proud to say that this comes from our friends at Deadline.com. Not Deadline.com, I'm sorry. This comes to our friends from Variety.com. Deborah Roberts is named co-anchor at ABC News 2020. I'm going to say it again. Deborah Roberts is named co-anchor at ABC News 2020, being the first. I'm trying to think. I think there was, oh my God, what is the young lady's name? What's the young lady's name? I know it well. Hang on. Let me just look up 2020, because I know soon as I see her name, it's going to come to me. I'm going to feel like, oh my Lord Jesus. I think it's Cheryl Thompson or something. Hang on, y'all. Give me a moment. Because I know. And she was originally one of the first Black anchors. So give me a moment. And honestly, me too, Nikki News. I am so proud of Deborah Roberts. She has been there for such a very, very long time. She's on Good Morning America. She's on Nightline. She, does the live shot report. She does so much, and I'm so proud of her. And it's actually a very emotional time, because as you guys know, the one and only Barbara Walters passed away. Who, God bless her. And what she did was quite amazing. And Barbara Walters was there for, I think, over 2 decades or so. And it was quite a big deal. Let me look up Black anchors at ABC News. Because I'm trying to think. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Carolyn Simpson. That's why I was thinking. Carolyn Simpson. She was the first Black woman anchor, Carolyn Simpson. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Deborah Roberts will be the first Black anchor of. Let me see. Make sure I'm not off with that. Yeah, I think she is. She will be the first Black anchor of 2020. So let me read this news to y'all. See, I love covering good stuff. I really do. And listen, just because it may seem small doesn't mean it shouldn't be covered. And this is a big deal. So it says Deborah Roberts is taking up co-anchor duties at ABC News 2020 in the latest in the line of distinguished anchors that includes Barbara Walters, Hugh Downs, Diane Sawyer, Connie Chung, and Elizabeth Vargas, who have led the long-running news magazine. Roberts is no stranger to the series rhythms. She has been contributing to it for 28 years. Okay, y'all, 28 years. Ever since she joined ABC News in 1995, recruited by the Barbara Walters. She will co-anchor the program with David Muir. If you don't know who David Muir is, he anchors ABC World News Tonight. He was the newest anchor after, I think it was after Diane Sawyer stepped down, who has been with the series since 2013. Deborah brings her love of storytelling, her deep commitment to the truth, and most of all, her humanity to everything she does, said Muir. I can't wait to stand beside her on 2020. Roberts believes that her new role will give her a new sense of belonging to the series staff, particularly as ABC News has been working to expand how 2020 is consumed by its audience. Once you have really planted yourself firmly in into a program like this, as I have over the years, you look for more. She tells Variety in an interview, by making the move to co-anchor, she asks you always feel that you have a little more ownership to the program and more of a say in what that's all about. Hey, Simone, welcome in. Glad to have you here. So I'm going to take this off for a minute so you guys can see. Hang on 1 second. So that's them right there. Dude. Look at that. That right there. Look at that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Hey y'all, I'm so sorry. I am here. Look at that right there. Y'all see that? I think y'all do. There we go. Look at that. Is that not amazing? Come on, y'all. Yes, I'm here for it. Yes. That is amazing. Oh my Lord, I'm so here for it. So proud of her. Let me keep on reading, y'all. This is a lot. But in the best way possible. And sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what happened, but I am here. Deborah Roberts is a one-of-a-kind, first-class journalist who brings heart, authority, and integrity to right, though, Simone, right? Hey, Revelation 2023, glad to have you here. Deborah Roberts is one-of-a-kind, a first-class journalist who brings heart, authority, and integrity to every story she covers. Kim Godwin, president of ABC News, along with David Muir, she embodies the DNA of 2020, inspiring the team and people around the world with every thoughtful word, inspiring report, and impactful interview. So for those of you who don't know, Roberts takes up the role that was previously held up by Amy Robach, who left ABC News earlier this year in a strange episode that involved her relationship with colleague TJ Holmes. Both anchored the daytime program GMA3. Known primarily as a vehicle for true crime stories in the vein of efforts like NBC's Dateline and CBS's 48 Hours, 2020 has been broadening its world. In 2019, ABC News began running 2 hours of the 2-hour versions of the program that will have additional traction on Disney's Hulu streaming hub. ABC News is launching a new 2020 podcast called 2020 True Crime Vault that digs into the series archives and repurposes episodes for the audio crowd. The 2020 team also produces multiple standalone specials every year that can encompass everything from hard-to-get interviews with newsmakers to in-depth reports on bigger stories. The way you have a brand with legs is to keep finding that new audience, says Janice Johnson, the news magazine's executive producer. Roberts' colleagues describe her as indelible on assignment. You know she's going to go full force and really get into it, to be the first one to hop on a plane and get out there with the crime scene, with the investigators, to go to the house and visit the family, says Johnston. During her ABC News tenure, Roberts has reported for Nightline, Good Morning America, and World News Tonight with David Muir. She has served as a substitute anchor for Good Morning America and a guest co-host on The View. She received a Peabody Award for the 2020 special "Say Her Name, Breonna Taylor." She will also continue to report across all programs and platforms as senior national affairs correspondent. Roberts is married to Today mainstay Al Roker, and the pair has collaborated on a book that collects wisdom about family life. The journalist says that she's been able to learn while on the job. When she first got to ABC News while co-anchoring the program, I was able to watch her prep. Roberts recalled. So when Barbara Walters was anchoring 2020, Deborah Roberts was able to watch Barbara Walters. You could see her with her team on the set, how she reported her stories and interviews. Now Roberts has a chance to sit in the same seat. So congratulations to the one and only Deborah Roberts. That is, I love reporting good stuff, man. I really do. And, listen, I appreciate each and every one of you for seeing something in me. And, I was thinking about this virtual tour brand, and I was like, you know what? It's going to be hard. It's going to tarry from time to time, but I know that this brand is going to be this brand has media energy where you could see virtual tour magazine, virtual tour television show, virtual tour radio. And I had to sit with myself of recognizing in this moment of just because the journey to get to where I want to be may be difficult doesn't mean that's not a journey that I should not go on. So being able to be a space on YouTube to be able to bring you a story like that makes my heart full of joy. So shout out to Deborah Roberts. I cannot wait to see the new season. Hey, Rufy Lewis, welcome and glad to have you here. And to the 7 people that were here, thank you so much. Like I said, I don't know what happened. It's live TV. Anything can happen. But thank you all so much for believing in me, for investing in me, and for just taking time out of your life just to put a little piece of Braylon in your life. So I thank you very much for that. Oh my Lord. Okay, let's move on before I start really crying, because even though I'm now in 2020, she's the first Black woman on 2020. Hopefully, there might be the first Black male of 2020 hosted or co-anchoring 2020. So amen. So as you guys know, the writers' strike is now over. There's a tentative agreement with the Writers Guild of America and also the American Motion Picture Television Producers Organization. But check this out, though. SAG-Aftra, this story comes to us from our friends at Deadline. SAG-Aftra members vote overwhelmingly to authorize strike against the video game industry. SAG-Aftra members have voted overwhelmingly to authorize a strike against 10 of the major video game companies. The vote was 98.32% in favor, a total of 34,687 members casting ballots, representing a voting 27.47% of eligible voters. The Guild's last strike against the gaming companies in 2016 to 2017 lasted 183 days. The Guild, meanwhile, has been on strike against the film and television industry since July 14th. So that means Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. I'm trying to think who else. Insomniac Games. There's Sucker Punch that makes Sly Cooper, one of my favorite games. Ratchet and Clank, love that game as well. So if you think about trying to think who else, Halo, Mortal Kombat, all those video games come from video game companies. So it says here, it's time for the video game companies to stop playing games and get serious about reaching an agreement on this contract. SAG-Aftra President Fran Drescher. The result of this vote shows our membership understands the existential nature of these negotiations. and that our time is now for these companies, which are making billions of dollars and paying their CEOs lavishly, to give our performers an agreement that keeps performing in video games as a viable career. The Guild's board and negotiating committee had already voted unanimously to recommend the authorization vote, which requires 75% of voting members to pass. Today's vote, however, doesn't necessarily mean that there will be a strike, but rather gives the national board to authority to call a strike if negotiations fail to produce an acceptable agreement. The Guild and companies resumed negotiations on Tuesday, and now that the strike authorization has been approved, a strike could come anytime after that. After 5 rounds of bargaining, it has become abundantly clear that the video game companies aren't willing to meaningfully engage on critical issues: compensation undercut by inflation, unregulated use of AI, and safety, said SAG-Aftra National Executive Director and Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree Island. I remain hopeful that we are able to reach an agreement that meets members' needs, but our members are done being exploited. These corporations aren't willing to offer a fair deal. Our next stop will be the picket line. So that means picketing at Nintendo and PlayStation and Microsoft and all the other independent video gaming companies as well. It's been nearly a year since the Guild's video game contract, known as the Interactive Media Agreement, was extended beyond its original expiration date. Unfortunately, throughout the negotiations, companies have failed to address those needs. The Guild said on September 1st as it geared up for another strike. So the 10 companies that could be facing a possible strike are Activision Productions, Blind Light, Disney Character Voices, Electronic Arts Productions, Epic Games, Formiza Interactive, Insomniac Games, Take-Two Productions, VoiceWorks Productions Inc., and Warner Brothers Games Inc. Now, what do I think about this? This is getting a little out of hand. Just a little bit. I'm going to tell you why, because at the end of the day, people still got to make a living, right? And the strike for the actors has been going on since July 14th, and I understand completely that AI needs to be regulated, because you cannot replace legends like Denzel Washington and Angela Bassett. You cannot do that with AI. Can't do it here, you can't do it there, you can't do it anywhere, Sam I am. The inflation is important as well, not matching, pay for the environment of today. And above all else is allowing more diversity of people to be able to collect the bag or get the bag. So I get all that, but there was an executive, and this came from, the actors. They said, if it takes actors losing their homes for them to get that, they gotta get back to work, and that we're in control, in so many words, and that's what needs to happen. And I think that's totally unfair. Giovanni Samuel, shout out to her. I got to hang out with her on the set of All That at Nickelodeon on Sunset, and she was saying how she never got a royalty check from being on All That, and how she's had to do like 2 to 3 jobs just to make it. And I truly feel horrible. And absolutely right, Nikki News. You know what? Speaking of that, I did cover that on my channel. I did cover that. That Billy Porter had to put his house in the market because he said he didn't have FU money. His words, not mine. But that he was supposed to be in a new TV show. This fall was supposed to be a new movie. And like I said, for an executive to say that it's going to have to take people losing their homes, that's blatantly disrespectful. I mean, there are, and this is the thing too, like, for some of you call it Hollywood, for others of you call it Hollyweird. We think just because people are on TV or on the radio, or they're in a film, or they're in a video game, or they're doing a podcast, means that they're making it. Social capital and financial capital are two completely different universes. So, like I said, I want everybody to get paid. I really do. I want the rules to be fair where everybody can have a shot to be amazing at their career. And I really want the industry to come together as one, because right now, this is the biggest war that I've seen in Hollywood. I mean, the war of art versus commerce has always been there, but now it's modernization versus imagination. That's what's at stake right now. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I would rather be in an industry where we can use modernization to be able to make better graphics and to make better videos and to be able to create new shows. Like, this is a whole TV show right here, and all I'm using is StreamYard. That's it. And so I do believe that modernization is important and it should be used as a resource, but it should not be our main source. Because at the end of the day, nobody can do what Braylon Lee does but Braylon Lee. And nobody can do what Nikki News does or Ruthie Lewis or Simone does but them, right? And also, too, to the some people that were here, no one can do what they do. No one can do what they do but them. So it takes all of us to make us. And I think that is quite sad that this is where we are. And like I said, I understand studios have pressures from, the board of directors and the shareholders, but also too, you have to let your shareholders know and board of directors is, if we don't pay our people, y'all can't get no shares of our company. So fair is fair. You know what I mean? But also, did y'all notice the thumbnail I used? Did you notice the thumbnail I used for SAG-Aftra? Because there is a award show happening from SAG-Aftra happening February 24th, 2024 at 8/7 Central live on Netflix. Now, why did I use that logo? Because SAG-Aftra is telling content creators and influencers that they cannot promote any struck work, and if they do, they will be banned from the union for life. However, you guys have a multi-year deal with a struck studio that nobody can work for and nobody can promote work from that studio, but yet you guys are in a multi-year deal and it's going to be happening on Netflix. Your award show will be happening on Netflix. Y'all don't find any hypocrisy or audacity in that, SAG-Aftra? And listen, I get the fight, I get the purpose, I get the reasoning. But if y'all are on strike, y'all need to say we're not having the SAG Awards on Netflix. Because I promise you, that is very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. That is blatantly disrespectful and just quite frankly trash. That you guys are on strike for all of these people, but yet y'all working with Netflix and nobody can work with Netflix and promote any work, but yet y'all are working with them for y'all award show. That will be happening on February 24th, 2024 at 8/7 Central live on Netflix. Stop it. Get some help. Lay down and go to sleep and wake up with responsibility, because that's just, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not here for people being hypocritical and having the audacity to put other people in their place, but they can't even clean up their own house. I'm sorry. Not sorry. So, but with all that being said, there is an update to this story. Not the video gaming industry story, but there is an update to SAG-Aftra and the studios, right? And I feel like this is important. And it is breaking news on Deadline's website. Okay, so this is an exclusive from Deadline. It says, as the Writers Guild of America leadership and members move forward on the Scribes tentative agreement. So tentative means that it is on the way, it's not finalized. So tentative means it's in the process. It says, as they move forward with the tentative agreement with the studios and streamers, the 160,000 strong actors union could be sitting down with the American motion picture television producers within days, riding the momentum that has hit Hollywood since the WGA, the Writers Guild of America, and the Alliance for Motion Picture Television Producers. So let me correct that. Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Producers struck a deal on September 24th. SAG-Aftra leaders have penciled in meetings with the Carol Lombardi-led group by the end of next week, we hear. As always in labor relations, the situation is fluid, and no negotiation has truly started until all participants are seated at the bargaining table. We have no confirmed date scheduled, and there will not be meetings with the Alliance for Motion Picture and Television Producers this week, a SAG-Aftra spokesperson said Tuesday. When we do have dates confirmed, we will inform our members. No one should rely on speculation. Let's see here. The Alliance for Motion Picture and Television Producers did not respond to Deadline's request for comment on the potential meetings. The Actors Union has been on strike since July 14th, when its members joined the WGA, the Writers Guild of America, on the picket lines, creating Hollywood's first joint strike since the Kennedy administration. The writers have suspended picketing and are awaiting details about their deal, which could come today or tomorrow. WGA leaders on both coasts are scheduled to vote today on whether to send the tentative agreement to the general membership for ratification. If that occurs as expected, a vote by the nearly 12,000 members of the Guild could come within several days, and a yes from them will end the WGA strike. Hey, Phyllis Crawford, welcome and glad to have you here. While it says here, sorry, y'all, just trying to make sure I get all the information out here. But the actors remain on the picket lines for now, as both unions have pledged and show solidarity with each other throughout the current labor strife. While the Writers Guild of America and SAG-Aftra share similar concerns about artificial intelligence, residuals, and data transparency, to name a few, the Actors Union has some individual concerns that need to be addressed in its contract talks. SAG-Aftra President Fran Drescher has been vocal and passionate in her rhetoric, saying, among other things, the Alliance for Motion Picture and Television Producers mechanical or maniacal corporate culture for greed must stop. Meanwhile, the union's national executive director, Duncan Crabtree Ireland, has made many public appearances, including at the Toronto Film Festival, to talk up his side point of view. Like I just told y'all in the last story, meanwhile, SAG-Aftra members voted unanimously on Monday to authorize a strike against the video game industry, citing concerns including the exploitative uses of artificial intelligence and lacking wages. The union's chief contracts officer, Ray Rodriguez, said that this strike authorization makes a emphatic statement we must reach an agreement that will fairly compensate these talented performers, provide common sense safety measures, and allow them to work with dignity. Our members' livelihoods depend on it. So, listen, like I said before, it is a tentative agreement with the Writers Guild of America, the Alliance for Motion Picture and Television Producers. So once that gets sent off, if they vote yes, the strike will be officially over. But if they say no, then it's back to striking. That's how simple this is. And so with SAG-Aftra, hopefully there will be a productive meeting of the minds coming soon, hopefully sooner rather than later. And this will be done, because it's been a while, and people need to get back to work. People need their checks. There are kids that they need new school. I know kids are back in school, but there are kids that need braces for their teeth. There are kids that need glasses to see. There are, kids with disabilities that they need their wheelchair. There might be a broken pipe that somebody needs it to be fixed. There might be a leaking roof. So there's so many bigger things involved than just artificial intelligence that these actors and the many different industries within film and television need to have handled the right way, and it's bigger than the strike. So I hope that they recognize when they go into that room that yes, it's important to fight for what is right, but also don't forget humanity when you walk through that door. So that's what I have to say on that. So Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, who, by the way, is I think he's engaged to a beautiful woman from Selling Sunset. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Chad Johnson is joining into a Black-owned media tech company. Excuse me, y'all. And so what he is doing is really a big deal. So it says Chad Ochocinco joins CXMunity as HBCU Esports League Gaming Ambassador. So for those of you who don't know what esports is pretty much, competing in video games in a very big fashion. So Fortnite, League of Legends, Halo, trying to think what else, Mortal Kombat. So there's plenty of them. So here's what it is. And it's actually a good thing, Simone. I'm very proud of this. This comes to our friends from blackenterprise.com. Chad Ochocinco Johnson is getting to the esports and gaming with CXMunity Media, a Black-owned media technology company. The former NFL receiver is an ambassador for the 4th season of its HBCU Esports League, which began earlier this month, according to a PR Public Relations Newswire release. Johnson is the league's ambassador for the historically Black College University Esports League, which brings gamers together from 15 historically Black colleges and universities to go head-to-head in a series of tournaments for the chance at $170,000 in prize money towards scholarships. I'm going to say that one more time. Bringing gamers together from 15 historically Black colleges and universities to go head-to-head in a series of tournaments for a chance at $170,000 in prize money towards scholarships. I am excited to be working with the HBCU Esports League and help them grow to new heights in their 4th season, Johnson said in a statement. Gaming has always been a passion of mine, and I wanted to support CXMunity's mission to diversify the gaming industry. So I keep reading on here. Let's see. More than 80%. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. I'm sorry. My laptop is laptoping. Students participating in the HBCU Esports League represent Howard University, North Carolina A&T, Wilberforce University, Morehouse College. The men of Morehouse is into esports. Florida Memorial University, Alabama A&M, Benedict College, Chafflin University, Delaware State University, Johnson C. Smith University, Southern University, and Texas Southern University. By the way, y'all, if you know anybody at Texas Southern University who is a senior, Megan Thee Stallion has teamed up with Frito-Lay to help seniors flaming hot their debt up. So all you have to do is send in a 60 to 90 second video of what would having less student loan debt do for you. You have to be a registered senior at Texas Southern University with 15 credit hours. Okay? And you have to have a minimum of a 2.5. Hang on. Okay, there we go. I'm back. You have from September 19th to October, I think October 14th or something like that. I'll look up the dates and I'll say the official dates here one more time just to get correct. But yes, there's $150,000 up for grabs if you are Texas Southern University seniors. So we always try to give opportunities over here. Because guess what? Everybody is looking for a hand up, and sometimes all you need is just that one opportunity to evolve your life. So that's what we are about over here. Season 4 of the HBCU Esports League will be streamed on Twitch's gaming platform leading up to the Discover Bowl on December 17th, 2023. Now, I did not know this fact. More than 80% of Black teens identify as gamers. More than 80% of Black teens identify as gamers. However, they are significantly underrepresented, making up less than 5% of the industry. CX Community Media, launched in 2021, is working to change that by providing Black gamers with a platform to showcase their skills, gain exposure, and access to resources, and monetize their talent. X Community has already donated more than $1,300,000 towards scholarships for historically Black colleges and university students through tournament prize pools, and has engaged more than 600 Black gamers and 40 historically Black colleges and universities. Johnson, a 6-time Pro Bowl and 2-time All-Pro wide receiver who played for the Cincinnati Bengals and New England Patriots, have been involved in the industry for years, both as a gamer, as a fan, and as a fan. He's a big fan of the FIFA soccer video game franchise and the sport itself. So congratulations to Chad Ochocinco for putting his Black privilege and social capital behind this. And honestly, tell you the truth, y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If I could have gotten a full ride scholarship off of playing Mario Kart, I definitely would have done it. But if you are a Black son or daughter, y'all know how Black parents are. You get off that video game. But I don't care if you did your homework. You need to do something more productive than video games. But look at how it's turning around. $1,300,000 in scholarships have been given out to students at historically Black colleges and universities. So listen, parents, I mean, y'all the parents, so y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I'm telling you right now, and maybe this might be a generation gap. Just come close. We don't do what y'all do. Sorry, just in case nobody has told you, we don't do what y'all do. I know this might be breaking news to y'all brain cells tonight, so I'm gonna give y'all a chance to let that settle with y'all for a minute. But we don't do what y'all do. So, and listen, I mean nothing but love. Every parent that's out there, every good parent that's out there, investing, elevating, and allowing their kids to be who they are while providing responsible resources and recognizing that while it is your responsibility to raise them up to be great people, it's also your responsibility to trust them to evolve themselves, because as they say, train a child up so that way when they leave they won't depart. I'm paraphrasing it, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. So let me tell you something. If your kid is playing Mario Kart and is doing really good, let them play Mario Kart, because who knows, it could lead to this, where they could go to Howard University and get a full ride scholarship, where guess what, there doesn't have to be any debt in your house. I'm just gonna be real. Some of y'all parents block your own blessings because y'all think y'all know everything. You ain't God. You not. God gave you a responsibility over your kids. Guess what? God has evolved his blessings. And if you box yourself in to how your kids can be blessed, can I let you know something? You also boxing yourself in on how you can be blessed. But you know what? Do what y'all want to do. Y'all fully grown people. Do what y'all want to do. And if what I'm saying ain't true, don't come for me. But if you come for me, it must be true about what I'm saying to y'all to some degree. Some of you parents block your own blessings because y'all box in what your kids can do. Real talk. And don't even give me, well, Braylon, you ain't no parent. You don't take kids to school, and you weren't there for homework assignments. And you didn't do this, and you didn't do that. You're absolutely right. But as you're saying all that to me, how do your kids feel about you? Oh, Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I know I'm making some of y'all upset. And you know what? Guess what? If you're that upset, guess what? Your kids have probably been saying this to you for a long time, and it just came to a head tonight because of me. Don't take your anger out on me. Don't take your anger out on your kids. Go to therapy, sit down somewhere with that therapist and be quiet and listen. Listen. You don't have to be the teacher all the time. Sometimes you can be the damn student. Hell. All right. All right. I need to say that. I just need to say that on behalf of every good Black son and daughter and individual who tries to do their very best to carry their parents' legacy. But guess what? It's okay to have a diversified legacy. I hate a linear legacy. I absolutely hate it. Well, you know, son, I was a doctor, and you know what, daughter, I was a lawyer, so you gotta be a lawyer. You gotta be a doctor. Hold on a second. Nephew, cousin, family member, whatever you want to call me, Braylon coming in. Hey, listen, if everybody's a doctor, who's gonna be the lawyer to get you out of trouble? Who's gonna be the teacher to let you know that 1 + 1 = 2? Who's gonna be the firefighter that knows how to go in and put out fire? Who's gonna be the police officer to roll through and get you out of trouble? Who's going to be that media personality that's going to be able to use their social capital to help your social capital create financial capital? Who is going to be the CEO that can allow you to have a leg up on everybody by just getting you in the door? If everybody is doing the same doggone thing, hello, where are all the other opportunities coming if y'all are so insular, singular, and you in an echo chamber of the same doggone thing? Where they do that at? Please explain to me why everybody's got to do the same doggone thing. Please. I want a family of doctors, a family of lawyers, a family of somebody to come up here on StreamYard with me and tell me why everybody in y'all family got to do the same doggone thing. It's stupid. And I said what I said. All right. I can't. I can't do it. I can't. Lord. I mean, that had to be said. That had to be said. They had to. Because look, I'm serious. I'm so serious. We say we want to live in a forward thinking, forward moving, and just being forward in terms of image. We want all that as an image, but yet we don't live that in our reality. We want to be a forward thinking society, but yet we want to be comfortable. Real talk. We want to be a forward thinking society, but yet we want to be comfortable. So if you say, oh, kids, you can do anything you set your mind to. Why are you playing that video game? Hey, nephew, cousin, family member Braylon here. Didn't you say they could do anything they set their mind to? So basically you're being a hypocrite. And you have the audacity to say that they could do anything, but yet you're locking them for what they can do. Oh my Lord. Okay. I know every Black mama and dad gonna be upset with Braylon because he told the truth tonight. Well, guess what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. And meanwhile, as all these hot topics are going on, Shirley Strawberry got drunk at Thanksgiving. Shout out to phone calls from prison. I literally, as I was getting ready for the show, I saw another phone call dropping at 6:30. And I'm just like, these phone calls keep on coming. Like, my Lord Jesus. Like, oh my Lord. So you got that phone call going on, and then you have, the original Straight No Chaser dropping a phone call with, Ariane Curry, or as y'all call her, Coleslaw, about, Marceau. Oh yeah, about Marceau and how at the end of the day, that Carlos King was responsible for the demise of Melody and Hotel Hope's marriage. And then that Maurice and Marceau, they are cheating with linebackers, and you were upset with Sheree because you are tired of him disrespecting you, but yet you also say that you're not going to ever go back to him unless he comes with a ring. I'm going to just say this right now, and I think Madea has often said this: people can only do as much as you allow them to let you do. Really, people can only use you as a doormat as much as you allow them to. Real talk. So that phone call was a lot. It really was. And she also said that she, filmed with the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and honestly, it's just, at this point, just stop. It's just, oh my Lord Jesus, this is just, what is going on with social media today? What is going on? Like, really, like, can I be real with y'all? I said this last night in the Onyx collab. Simone says she can't, nothing is going on. She tried to go live right before the original Straight No Chaser posted the video. Why did she go live? Like, didn't she say that she fooled the original Straight No Chaser? Why do you need to go live before the video comes out? I mean, so what? Because you said what you said, now you think you got control of it? No, once you give that information over, it's no longer your information. It's game over for you. Nikki News says Slaw needs to mind the business that's paying her. But here's the thing, right? No one wants to pay her, right? There was a rumor allegedly that, she might be trying to go for Love and Hip Hop because she was down somewhere with Scrappy. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, honestly, to tell you the truth, at this point, just do a YouTube reality show. I mean, honestly, because at this point, with YouTube, yeah, exactly, true. I wouldn't pay her but a dime, said Nikki News. At this point, with YouTube, you can do as many episodes as you want to, right? And no one can cancel you unless you cancel yourself. So I feel like just do a YouTube reality show. If it gets well enough, you could do a Patreon. And you can do behind the scenes footage and stuff like that. But just stop. You're trying to make yourself into being a star, and you don't have it. You don't. I'm sorry. Like, you don't have it. And not to mention, she said that, the cast talks about her. Like, I'm sorry, did you not see last week's episode? The biggest moment from that episode was not you. It was Marceau having the black audacity and the black hypocrisy to reduce a black couple on national television by saying, all I thought y'all did was make money and you were his pretty wife. That was the biggest moment. Also, Marceau shading Melody was a big moment too, but also really wasn't that big of a moment because everybody knows Melody probably has $5 million and Marceau can't hold $5 million, allegedly. So it's just some of y'all need to sit down somewhere because some of y'all you're really making yourself look bad. You really are. Like, if you have to create drama to have a career, right? If you have to be negative in order for someone to see you, and if you are doing anything if you are throwing anything to the wall just to see what sticks, and you will accept anything, you trash, you disgusting, and honestly, you don't need to be seen. You really don't. Simone Esker said Marceau and that live he did was pathetic and full of lies. So for those of you who do not know, there was a live that Marceau did with Rashid from Ready to Love. For those of you who don't know who Rashid is, he was engaged to Simone, who had the black audacity, the black hypocrisy, talk about Melody Cherie and Tilted Crown Productions by saying that, Simone passed on them because of Melody's work ethic and things like that, not even recognizing that really what ended up happening, as Melody, Cherie, and Don Michelle said, that she just didn't have the budget, and that Rashid was in Melody's DMs. And so Simone was upset because apparently you can't call yourself doctor. But Simone didn't have this energy for Missy Elliott or, Puffy or Cedric or anybody else who had it. But for some odd reason, when it came to Melody, it was give her all the energy. But okay. So that's to give y'all a little context to Simone's comment. So basically, and shout out to Shop Reality TV, really good channel. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to her. She talked about the live and how, there was a woman that said, you're $350,000 in debt or something like that. And Marshall's like, I'm not in that much debt. I'm in $1 million worth of debt. And Tisha said, quit looking at the comments. And Marceau said he was trying. Boys try, men execute. Oh, did I say that? I am so sorry. But yeah, that's what happened. And so, there was a post with Tisha going to Alabama A&M for their homecoming. And, now they got this thing called Greatest Show on Turf, which honestly, y'all, that's from Ringling Brothers, The Greatest Show on Earth. And I'm just like, really? Y'all that trifling, tacky, and just doing the most to really be seen like that? But okay. All right. That's what we're doing. Okay, sure. All right. That's great. Great job. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just like, I can't do it. I simply cannot do it. Let's see here. Let me see. So I'm looking it up right now live on Instagram. So apparently, let's see. So this was 21 hours ago, the Greatest Show on Turf. Alabama AAMU homecoming headquarters. And I think they were going to do like $1,500 for I think they were going to do $1,500 just for like a little section of their parking lot. Just like, okay, all right. Oh my Lord. Listen, y'all, they had I had seen a sundress all summer day party. Really? Okay. Y'all are a cigar lounge. Stop it. Get some help. Sit down somewhere. I can't. And y'all, the reason why I say that at the end of the day, that doesn't make sense for them to do a sundress party, because guess what? And no disrespect for Huntsville, Alabama. No disrespect to Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama is not created for a sundress type atmosphere. It's not. That would be Miami. That would be Vegas. That would be California. You know what I mean? That would be Texas. That would be Louisiana. Let Baton Rouge, let the good times roll, baby. So, if you're going to do a sundress party, and not saying that you can't do it in Alabama, right? But if you're going to do it in Alabama, you need to be able to find a decent hotel or a water park that, you could do a sundress. Or you know what? Alabama has beaches. Go down to the beach and do a sundress party, but not from a cigar lounge. I don't know of one cigar lounge that has a sundress party. I don't. So here's the thing, right? So the greatest show on turf will be happening Friday, September 29th, 2023, and it starts at 10 p.m. Starts at 10 p.m. So I'm going to the RSVP link. I ain't gonna go because hello, I'm in Ohio. But let me see here. Let me see. So it says here, section reservation Daychella. Daychella. Okay. Now you're probably wondering why am I having that reaction? Because DJ Envy, who, you know, he's been in a lot of stuff. You know, the latest thing was Tyrese and his wife, and then there was the thing of that, you know, DJ Envy's wife said that she couldn't, you know, climax of the galaxy in 10 years, and then there's this housing scam with DJ Envy. All this is alleged, okay? But the reason why I bring DJ Envy up, because he had a thing called Carchella, and he got sued for that. So Black can be sued for Daychella. But basically the section reservation is $600. That's some people's rent payment or car payment. But anyway, date Friday, September 29th, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Black Cigar Lounge. Your ticket includes a reserved outdoor section at our luxurious lounge, space for approximately 10 of your guests, and a selection of one bottle of your choice from our premium collection. So there's a VIP ticket for the party for $100. This VIP experience includes entry into the sexiest party on turf, as well as an open bar showcasing handcrafted cocktails. General ticket for $20. This experience includes entry into the sexiest party on turf. Okay, so this is interesting. So there's a VIP ticket for $930, right? So the greatest show on turf will be September 29th, but the day after will be a house party. Now it doesn't say if it's going to be at Tisha and Marcel's house, but it says VIP ticket $930, house party $100. This VIP experience includes entry as well as an open bar showcasing handcrafted cocktails. General ticket for the house party the same day, $930. It's for $25, and it includes entry into it. So they have this thing called Best Brunch on Earth. Now I'm just giving y'all this because some of y'all don't get into this. And we're transparent over here. So Best Brunch on Earth. So this section reservation is $600. It says reserved outdoor section at our luxurious lounge, does not include brunch, space for approximately 10 of your guests, and a selection of 2 bottles from our premium collection, does not include brunch. Okay, I'm confused. If you're having the greatest brunch on earth and you're asking people to pay $600 for a section reservation, that should include brunch if I'm paying $600. Just saying. So there's a section reservation for the house party that's $1,200. So it says here basically sections open up at 9:30 p.m. So you get to have 30 minutes entry, but includes reserved outdoor section at our luxurious lounge, space for 10 of your guests, selection for 3 bottles of your choice from my premium collection, and a hookah. Those has been sold out allegedly. And then sexiest party on turf. Wait, what? Wait a minute, I'm confused. So they got the greatest show on turf, and then they got the sexiest party on turf. So okay. All right. Okay, that's what they want to do. Okay, so the sexiest party on turf It's basically the same thing, but it's for $1,500. So that's what's happening, y'all, in the world of the Scots. I can't do it. I said, cannot do it. I won't do it here. I won't do it there. I won't do it anywhere. Sam, I am. So, okay. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. Oh my Lord. Okay. So yeah, I'm on TMZ right now, as y'all know. We when we're live on tour, anything can happen. So I try to find stories live as we're live on tour. So this story is about Britney Spears. Britney Spears bandage on arm and cut leg after dancing with knives. Britney Spears may have cut herself while playing with knives, now sporting a bandage and what appears to be a gash on her thigh and lower back. Britney just posted the video wearing the same outfit she was in when she spun around and jabbed and clanged together two butcher knives, only this time she got the new apparent injuries. Britney does explain why she got the white bandage or what caused the cut on her upper thigh and lower back, but they're all new injuries since her first knife video Monday night. Our sources said that she keeps sharp tools throughout her house, including inside her bedroom, as a form of protection out of fear that she'll be reinstitutionalized. Of course, Britney claimed the knives in Monday's video were fake, but also she's getting a ton of heat for posting the video online. They also sounded very real when she claimed them together. First of all, I'm praying for Britney Spears. I mean, she's a legend. I'll never forget the morning where she did her announcement for residency in the middle of a Las Vegas desert with Samuel J. Champion from Good Morning America at the time. And yeah, that was a big deal. That was a very, very big deal. So praying for her. Butcher knives are no joke. I mean, they're called butcher knives because butchers use them to cut meat. So they are very sharp. They're nothing to play with. So hopefully Britney Spears will be okay. That's just... So Colin Kaepernick, the black brother who did not want to stand for the national anthem. This comes from TMZ Sports. Colin Kaepernick sent New York Jets letter after Aaron injury, asked to be signed to the practice squad. Colin Kaepernick wrote to the general manager of the New York Jets days after Aaron Rodgers went down with a serious injury during Monday Night Football, asking the organization to consider signing him to their practice squad. News of the correspondence was actually broken by J. Cole. I'm assuming that that's the rapper J. Cole, who posted the typed note and sent to Joe Douglas to his Twitter account on Tuesday. Previously, there were reports that Cap expressed interest in joining the squad, but now we're looking at the entire letter. So I'm going to read the letter to you guys right now. I'm going to give y'all my take on Colin Kaepernick after this letter I read. Or after this letter that I wrote. It says, Joe Douglas, New York Jets. Of course, the phone number and email blacked out. That's understandable. Joe, I hope this letter finds you in great spirits. Despite the less than ideal start to a big season, I'm wishing you, your staff, and the players a great game this weekend as you're looking to bounce back. I'm writing, of course, in response to the unfortunate loss of Aaron Rodgers. I know the aspirations this season were and still are to win a championship. And so that Hall of Fame size hole will need to be filled as best as possible to keep the team on a Super Bowl track. As of right now, Zach Wilson is charged with the task. I wish him well and the rest of the team the best moving forward. However, I know that there are currently depth issues at the position, and I've heard that the backup spot is likely to be filled by a veteran quarterback. As much as I would love to have the opportunity to fill that spot, I'm writing you in hopes that you can imagine a much different approach involving me. I would be honored and extremely grateful for the opportunity to come in and lead the practice squad. I would do this with the sole mission of getting your defense ready each week. If I were able to fulfill this role with the team, I believe this allows for multiple things. Number one, it gives your defense and the advantage of getting a true read on the more mobile, athletic, and versatile quarterbacks it will face in weeks 4, 5, and 6, Mahomes, Wilson, and Hurts. I would consider it a privilege to be able to do this and would take on this responsibility with the dedication and passion as if as if it were the quarterback one position. Number two, this will also allow you guys as an organization to take a real look at where I'm at football-wise in game-like situations against an elite defense, while also not putting any competitive pressure on Zach. I understand the importance of keeping him confident and focused as QB1. I will only look to boost that confidence in any interactions that we may have if I was given this role from the team. In a perfect world for the Jets, Zach Wilson finds his stride and shows that he is able to lead this championship caliber team that you put together to the Super Bowl. I believe a confident Zach Wilson has the tools to do this. However, in the event that this is not the case, I would love to offer you a risk-free contingency plan. Oh, this is a lot for a letter. Here. I am sure my ability to provide you with an elite QB option if, God forbid, QB1 goes down. However, I know that there may naturally be uncertainties from you and possibly from others about my playing abilities. This plan, I believe, allows me to be of great service to the team as a practice squad QB, while also giving you a low commitment chance to assess my capabilities to help in any other capacity you may see fit. Worst case scenario, you see what I have to offer and you're not that impressed. Best case scenario, you realize you have a real weapon at your disposal in the event that you ever need to use it. In either of these scenarios, I'll be committed to getting your defense ready week in and week out, all season long, and I will wear that responsibility like a badge of honor. As a final point, I would like to add this. Unlike many of the veteran QBs that have been named in the media, I have never retired or stopped training. My training schedule has remained the same for 6 years, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. training on the field and in the weight room. I've kept this training schedule without fail for the past 6 years and hope that opportunity will present itself. I say this to give you some perspective of where I'm at physically. I've also attached a list of references within the league that would vouch for my character, work ethic, and ability. Thank you so much for your time. Colin Kaepernick references Jim Harbaugh, Michigan head coach, San Francisco 49ers head coach 2011 to 2014. Chip Kelly, UCLA head coach, San Francisco 49ers head coach 2016. John Harbaugh, Baltimore Ravens head coach, and Mark Davis, Las Vegas Raiders owner. Well, that was a lot for a letter. This is what I have to say about it. I'm not mad at Colin Kaepernick for stepping up and doing what he needs to do. I think that, he put in a very respectable, actually, cover letter. That's basically what it was. It was a cover letter and resume and references. Here's what I honestly think, though. To work so hard for an opportunity where left, right, center, and out of center, the opportunities are not coming, I think it may be time to move on. You have so much to gain in the world of media, that you have your own endorsement deal from Nike, and you'll have your own apparel line from the company. And honestly, to tell you the truth, like, to me, I feel like you should just make a production company and just do things that make you happy. You know what I mean? Like, I really truly do mean this. Let's see, ad. Because there was an ad that Colin Kaepernick did. Um, let's see. There was this thing called Dream Crazy. And, you know, there was the Colin Kaepernick Just Do It. So this is what I would say, right? Because look at it like this, Colin. Because you have that deal, and I'm sorry, y'all, my rambling comes greatness, give me time. Because you have that deal with Nike, right? I don't think Nike has Nike Studios, right? Nike Studios could make movies, it can make TV shows, it can make documentaries, it can make reality shows, Nike podcasts. So, you know, I think it was whatever it takes, I think. Let me see. Nike, whatever it takes, I think. I think that's what it was called. I think that's what it was called, whatever it takes. But either way, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. It says here, believe in something, even if it means if it's sacrificing everything. So I think go to Nike, say, hey, listen, I want to do Nike Studios. I'm the head of Nike Studios, and you know, you start making content for Nike Studios, and you sell that to ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and you just hustle for that. You hustle for that. You know what I mean? And just go that way, man. Because listen, I love you. I think the community loves you, and everybody in between. But dude, you don't. There's so much more to you. There's so much more to you than football. And listen, I get it. You know, at the end of the day, you don't want to lose out on the thing that you worked so hard for, right? But also look at it like this, that even though you may not be doing that anymore, that doesn't mean that there's not new opportunities for you to expand yourself. So I really do mean that, man. Expand yourself. There's so much more to you. There is so much more to you. Let me look up if he does have production. Let me see. Does he have a production company? I don't know. Okay, so listen. So you do have a production company, Kaepernick Media. So and this came out December 12th, 2022, which I did not know this. Per Deadline.com, it says Kaepernick will serve as an executive producer on the upcoming Illing Country true crime series, which is in partnership between ABC News and Kaepernick Media. So you have a production deal with Disney, dude. There is so much more to you that you're holding yourself back. And honestly, to tell you the truth, really, listen, go to ESPN Plus and start making content for them, because they desperately need content. They only got 13 million subscribers. And I don't think Stephen A. Smith is doing Stephen A.'s World anymore, because he's been his podcast back of, the Stephen A. Smith show. It was called No Mercy, but, Stephen A. Smith has been trying to evolve himself in terms of what he wants to do. He had I think he had the NBA watch party. He's on NBA Countdown. He's got Mr. SAS Productions. He's Brick in General Hospital, and he wants to do late night TV. He's been wanting to do late night TV for a very long time. And honestly, Stephen A. Honestly, man, I think, listen, go to I know that you said BET won't hire you, right? But I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was somebody who was going to get a talk show on BET Plus. Ask BET Plus if they want a late night talk show. Worst thing they can do is say no, right? So, but that's just truly what I think, honestly. And just, yeah, man. But there's so much more of you, Colin. I think you just need the right person to just sit you down and be like, listen, this is what you're allowing yourself to do. This is what you could be doing. And we all need that friend. We all need that partner. We all need that road dog. We all need that ride or flight. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at Ray Vision Media right now. Ray Vision Media only has 2,866 subscribers, right? So, like, Colin, you gotta do more with that production company, man. You gotta do more with that. You know what I mean? So, but I wish Colin Kaepernick well. I really do, man. Really do. I don't think it was fair that because that happened to him that, you know, the NFL locked him out, all that stuff. And like I said, if you can, like I said, if Antonio Brown can get as many opportunities that he has had, being disrespectful to his ex-wife and you know, running off the field with his shirt and disrespecting Tom Brady when he gave that, you know, lifeline for Antonio Brown to stay with him at his house. If Antonio Brown can get a second chance, Colin Kaepernick can get a second chance. Because this is unfair at this point. But Colin, do more with your production company, man. With that being said, President Biden, first pooch commander, bites another Secret Service agent. 11 and counting. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not funny. That's not funny. Say hi, Razy. Say hi. Say hi, Razy. Say hi. Say hi, Razy. Say hi. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Oh, my Lord. So President Biden has a biter on his hand. His dog Commander has struck yet again, possibly the 11th victim. Commander is reported to have chomped down on another Secret Service agent Monday. This according to a spokesperson for the agency. They confirmed that one of their guys had been bitten around 8 p.m. and was treated by medical personnel. The exact circumstances of what led up to the bite and the extent of the Secret Service agent injuries hasn't been disclosed, but regardless, it proves to be a troubling trend this year. Remember, it was revealed in July that Commander apparently went on a 4-month biting spree, attacking several different Secret Service agents with varying degrees of wounds. The number we heard at the time was 7, but some reports had it high as 10. The White House press secretary said the dog was stressed out by all the commotion and people darting back and forth from the residence area of the White House and other areas as well. When it came to like the summer, the White House said they were going to have Commander undergo more training and leashing. They also carved out designated areas and times on the grounds for Commander to roam and stretch his legs. There's no indication that Commander would get the boot like his older brother, Major, another German Shepherd alliance that also run into biting trouble. No word on whether that will change now. Seeing how he continues to seek his teeth into human beings, all we can say is bad boy. You know what? Why does TMZ do this with their right? I can't look to them. So here now to give some perspective on sharp things is Razy. So, you know, I have tusks. You see my white tusk here. These are very, very sharp. I mean, I can ram into somebody and they would bleed immediately. I think that at the end of the day, you know, animals and people do mix. They're, you know, we've been around for a very long time. I mean, y'all use, you know, me for bacon and y'all use, you know, animals for burgers and ribs and brisket and everything else. So it's not that we can't get along. It's just sometimes it's y'all do the most. And so we, you know, ramble. Not ramble. I'm sorry. That's what Braylon does. Excuse you. Excuse you. I do not ramble. I say articulate statements. I mean, that's in the eye of the beholder. Okay, you know what? Keep talking. The point is, sometimes y'all really do the most, and so we get overwhelmed. So that's our defense mechanism. So I don't think Commander should be kicked out. I don't think Major should be kicked out. Just try not to do the most to people, all right? Thank you, Razy, so much for your take on that. I thought, you know, since At the end of the day, Razy is a animal. I thought it would be only fair to have an animal's perspective in that story. in that story. Lord help. Lord help. So I told y'all about yesterday about how Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce maybe dating, right? So Travis Kelce was dating this beautiful young lady named Maya Binberry. Apparently there was a dating show on E called Catching Kelce, where it was 50 women from 50 different states. I had no idea the show existed, but this is an exclusive from TMZ. It says, Travis Kelce, ex-girlfriend, is full of it. I am no cheater. Travis Kelce is being paid a cheater by one of his ex-flings, but sources close to the NFL star says that she's full of it. She's only trying to grab her 15 minutes of fame. If you missed it, Maya Binberry, who won Travis's dating show, dating show, Catching Kelce, back in 2016. Does anybody remember Catching Kelce in 2016? I don't think I do. Just did an interview where she called Kelce a cheater, warning Taylor Swift, Taylor seems to be such a fun girl with a beautiful spirit, so I wish her the best of luck. I wouldn't be a girl's girl if I didn't advise her to be smart. Maya told the Daily Mail, once a cheater, always a cheater. Sources close to Kelce tell us that they only dated for a month after the show and could publicly announce they split because they had a contract in place with the network. The sources tells us Travis never cheated on Maya. Our source adds that Kelce and Maya haven't spoken in about 5 years. Her interview is a poor excuse of someone trying to get her 15 minutes of fame. As we told you, Taylor and Travis has hung out several times. Her appearance at Sunday's Chief game wasn't a first date. However, the rendezvous before the game was all in a much more intimate and private setting. So, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we can only believe what we want. We can only believe based on what people give us, right? So that's Maya's story. She's sticking to it. Kelce says that, he wasn't a cheater. And that's what it is. So, and Maya's 31 years old. Wow. I did not know that. She was born in Germany and she's 5'7". Wow, okay. All right. No, I mean, she looks beautiful though. She does. But yeah, you gotta be careful with those situations. They're always dicey. You know what I mean? They're always dicey. She is a life coach. Maya is. She's a life coach, and she's also she's a marketing consultant person as well. So yeah, beautiful Instagram. Beautiful Instagram. So all right, let's see if there's anything else here. Oh, here's something. Oh wow. All right, y'all. So trigger warning. Jack in the Box employee pulls gun on angry customer, ready, aim, fire. One Jack in the Box employee got wound up a little too tight while dealing with an angry customer and whipping out her gun and firing as the customer fled. This insane footage just surfaced as a part of an ongoing lawsuit that a man named Anthony Ramos filed against the fast food chain, all over a 2021 incident that Ramos says was caught on video, showing a Jack in the Box worker firing bullets after she and Ramos got into it over curly fries. Over curly fries, yo. Curly fries. Essentially, Ramos said that he and his family, including his pregnant wife, oh my God, including his pregnant wife and young daughter, swung by a Houston area Jack in the Box in March of 2021 and ordered a combo meal. But when he told the employees that he was missing items, things escalated. The back and forth arguing got so intense that Ramos apparently started to chuck some of the food back at the Jack in the Box drive-through. Oh wow! Okay, so the back and forth arguing got so intense that Ramos apparently started to chuck some of the food back at the Jack in the Box drive-through crew, which spurred employee. Okay, I've never heard of a name like this before, so please forgive me. Alonencia Fantasia Ford to head back into the recesses of the restaurant, only to return with a pistol in hand. The surveillance footage Ramos and his legal team obtained the discovery seems to show that Ford shooting at least a couple of times at Ramos's car, which speeds away. Luckily, it sounded like nobody was hurt, but Ramos and company are now going after Jack in the Box. Allegedly, they were negligent in hiring Ford. Ford is also reportedly being sued and was reportedly arrested over this as well, and apparently copped a plea to a deadly conduct charge and already served her sentence. Ramos is seeking at least $250,000 in damages. Jack in the Box has not responded to this clip yet. Okay, so first of all, wow, so first of all, like, it wasn't cool that he threw food back into the drive-through window. That was blatantly disrespectful. But also too, if you did miss an item, and this happened to me several times, they might miss something. I roll with it, move on, because life is too short. But also too, if I do go back, it's a way that you ask, right? So we don't know we don't know what happened. I think it says here. So yeah, so the video is on TMZ. But here's the thing though, right? What do they always say? It's 10% what happens to you is 90% what you do about it. Miss Ford did not have to go to the recesses of Jack in the Box and bring back a gun and shoot, because inside Ramos's car was his pregnant wife and the daughter. Thank God nobody was hurt, because if that was the case, Ford would have a life sentence. So, listen, I hope Ramos gets the $250,000, because that was blatantly disrespectful. And although they will say, he should not have thrown food into the drive-through window, that doesn't mean that you have the right to be disrespectful like that. That was uncouth. It was trifling and just wrong. Why would you shoot a family with a pregnant wife and the daughter? Really? That's ridiculous. So, a lot of stories going on here. How about this one, y'all? I just saw this one based on the Jack in the Box story, right? So, it says, and I quote, that's where people will sue for anything these days. It's just ridiculous. So, McDonald's, man sues for $1.5 million because they only gave me one napkin. Now, this came out February 27th, 2014, but I want to read it anyway because I'm just like, what? McDonald's has made a new golden arch enemy. A California man is suing the company, or has sued the company, for $1.5 million because he only got one napkin with his meal. One of these things is not like the other. Webster Lucas claimed that he was stiffed on napkins at the Mickey D's in Pamacona, California on January 29th after ordering a quarter pounder deluxe. And when he went to the counter and asked for more, he was rudely rebuffed by the manager, who insisted he already got some. According to his lawsuit, Lucas, who is black, then retort, I should have went to eat at the Jack in the Box because I did come here to argue over napkins. I came to eat. That's when Lucas said things got racist, claiming the manager, a Mexican American, mumbled something about you people. Lucas subconsciously emailed the general manager to complain, insisting he could not work because of the undue mental anguish he was suffering as a result of the napkin debacle, and says he was insultingly offered free burgers in return. Lucas wants to supersize instead $1.5 million. Because you didn't get one napkin. You want to sue for $1.5 million. What in the world is going on, man? I can't. I cannot. That's a lot. $1.5 million because you only got one napkin. You only got one napkin. In the world of film, at 8 Mile actor Nashawn Breedlove passed away at 46 years old. Nashawn Breedlove, famous for battle rapper Eminem in the movie 8 Mile, has passed away. A family member tells TMZ Nashawn passed away in his sleep Sunday at his home in New Jersey. We're told that his loved ones do not yet know the cause of his passing. Nashawn played Lotto in the 2002 movie, which is loosely based on Eminem's life, and he is known for a scene where his character takes M's B-Rabbit in a rap battle. In the movie rap, Nashawn sings, "I feel like I gotta murder that dude from Leave It to Beaver," and the crowd goes nuts, though eventually he loses the showdown. Before his big break on 8 Mile, Nashawn was rapping under his stage name OX with a feature on the soundtrack for the 2001 movie The Watch with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Rapper Mickey Fax was the first to report Nashawn's passing. Remember him for his tenacity and aggressiveness as a battle rapper. Nashawn was 46 years old. Rest in peace to Nashawn's family. That was a big movie. That was a very big movie. So, and also shout out to Eminem as well, and that whole staff and crew and cast of 8 Mile. When you lose, this is basically like Paul Walker when he was in that horrible car crash, and the Fast and Furious family was never the same. Yeah, that's just quite sad indeed. So, a lot going on in the world. It really is. I try to report on a little bit of everything for y'all. So, this story here is, can somebody explain to me the point of Kim Zolciak and why she exists? Because I don't understand it. I don't understand it here. I don't understand it there. I don't understand it, Sam. I am. So, Croy Beardman. Sex with Kim won't change my mind. I still want to divorce her. This is an exclusive from TMZ. Croy Beardman says that he has no desire to call off his divorce from Kim Zolciak despite having sex a couple weeks ago, claiming banging her doesn't mean that he changed his mind. The retired NFL player just fired back at his estranged wife, making it clear that he is still gung-ho about divorcing her, selling their Georgia mansion, moving somewhere else with their kids. In new legal documents obtained by TMZ, Croy says the fact that he had sex with Kim does not indicate a desire to reconcile, and he remains steadfast in his desire to divorce her. TMZ broke the story. Kim claims Croy's latest divorce petition is all sham because they're living together, having a ton of sex, as she tries to get a judge to toss the whole thing. But Croy says folks should put a whole lot of stock into the fact that they had sex earlier this month, but that doesn't change his position. In the documents, Croy says that their home is set to be foreclosed on in November. He accuses Kim of trying to drag things out to stop him from selling their place to pay off their mountain of debt. Croy sounds like he had some some post clarity. He claims in their current situation is toxic for their kids. He wants to push forward with the divorce, claiming Kim called the cops to the home 4 times in 4 months, with the latest incident being witnessed by their youngest daughter. Yo, that's a lot. That's quite a lot. Now I do know that Kim and Croy, they've been flip-flopping back and forth, that there is a petition, there's not a petition, and it's really a back and forth. And listen, at the end of the day, just because you live with somebody doesn't mean that you don't want to divorce them. I mean, look at Ralph and Drew from Real Housewives of Atlanta. They still live in the same house, but they're going through a divorce, although they're trying to do reconciliation. So yeah. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And not to mention, why would you post that? Like, that's just no. So, but anyway, I think that is our show for this evening, y'all. A lot of good stuff. Happening a lot of good and bad stuff happening in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to read this particular story. But yeah, it's, people's career choices, man. People's career choices. But yeah, as we get ready to wrap up here, on Braylon's Virtual Tour Live, I just want to thank y'all so much for believing in me. It really does mean the world to me. I try to find these stories that are positive, that are uplifting, and that, they are something different, because I really do feel that at the end of the day, with everything that's going on in the world, I do mean everything that's going on, we need to be able to know that there is a place to fall, that there are other things being covered in the world besides just reality TV. So, and a lot of times, to tell you the truth, like, as a consumer of media and as a viewer of media, sometimes it's a little much for me, y'all. Like I said last night on the Onyx collab, thanks to Night Central on Clubhouse, that even though I'm trying to get into media, I can't stand social media. And does that make sense? And my friend Saint said, yes, it does make sense. Because here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, media has changed, where guess what? Where you got to have an agent, you got to do this and that. Now you can just go on YouTube, right? You can go on YouTube, you can go on Twitter, you can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, you can go on Twitch, you can go on Rumble. You can go on any platform and you can create your stardom right from where you are. And I agree that is a game changer, but also it can be a hindrance as well. Because here's the thing, social media, for all the bad that it is, there's also some good. But it's a lot, y'all. I mean, I wish that social media was not bad. I really do. But of course, social media is the world today. You know what I mean? And we are so quick to post. We are so quick to judge. We're so quick to drag. And it's really quite a travesty that at the end of the day, we can't be human. Curiosity, imagination, it's all under siege right now, because if you do one wrong thing, it's game over for you. I don't think that's fair. If someone has a question, they should ask that question. If somebody wants to have an answer, they should have that answer. If somebody truly does not know something, we should be about helping them, not hurting them, and dragging them. So it's not being the moral authority or anything like that, but it really is allowing ourselves to recognize that we can be bigger than what the world is put out. You know what I mean? You won't be able to change the whole world, but you will be able to change the worlds that you came from. You know what I mean? So I try my very best to be loving, be kind, be sincere in everything that I do. Even this virtual tour brand has surprised me a little bit, because I'm just like, really? This is actually happening. This is actually happening. And like I said, consistency plus tenacity equals your destiny. It really, really does. Consistency plus tenacity equals your destiny. Consistency plus tenacity equals your destiny. And I've been using that formula for all of my life in many different areas. You know what I mean? And it's taken a while for it to come to fruition. But I also know, too, that, there is no reward without sacrifice. But I think there's a difference between sacrificing anything and sacrificing something. And sacrificing anything for attention versus sacrificing something for a purpose are two completely different trains of thought. So I just wanted to give y'all that inspiration. You know what I mean? So, but yep. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me get my phone together. Hang on, y'all. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Greatday.com. Because it is time for the daily motivational thought. And I always love ending the show with this, because at the end of the day, it allows me, you, and us to end it on a good note. After we have covered the mess of the impossible, we covered the rise of the possible, we need to center ourselves back to joy after we've been on tour together. So it says here, from Mal Pankos, you get paid to impact the world, not be impacted by it. You get paid to impact the world, not to be impacted by it. Very deep thought. With that being said, it's time for the Daily Motivator by Ralph Morrison for Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. Everyday goodness. Going through your normal day-to-day activities, you will encounter plenty of opportunities for giving a little boost to the experience of life for yourself and others. Make the most of those opportunities. Such ordinary circumstances of goodness might seem trivial, yet they have a much larger positive impact than you might imagine, rather. The big impressive acts of benevolence and attainment receive plenty of attention, but that's because they're so few and far between. Everyday goodness, on the other hand, reaches people often, when and where they live, in ways that are wholly relatable. A smile and a kind comment might only affect one person, yet for that person it can improve their whole outlook. That positivity could very well spread to others, making the offering of small goodness into such a habit that you don't even notice it. You can be sure, however, that many people will notice. Such everyday goodness costs you nothing while creating real value in people's lives, including yours. Make a little goodness every time you can, and somebody's sure to benefit. Ralph Morrison. I really do appreciate the service. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Had to get myself together with my headphones. I really always appreciate the thoughts of Ralph Morrison, because, he really is about positivity. And what I learned from that is that, every day is a new opportunity to be better. And my mom has always said everything that we do in life is a choice. It's an equal opposite reaction. Newton's third law of motion. And, as I am still growing up, I know that's weird. It's like, Braylon, you're 29. No, I'm still growing up. But that doesn't negate from what I've done, but I am still growing up. But what I'm realizing is this: even in positive choices that can be, could be, and should be for you, it will seem like a negative decision to somebody else. And you cannot focus on that, because when you're focusing on someone's negativity, it diminishes your space of positivity. I'm gonna say that one more time. When you focus on someone else's negativity on who you are, it diminishes your positivity for who you are. A smile and a kind comment might only affect one person, yet for that person can improve their whole outlook. My dad said to me that, because we were talking about the light switch, right? And I was saying to my dad, I want to turn off the light switch to being in a relationship. And my dad said, well, if you turn off that light switch may be on for somebody else, and that woman who keeps coming around may turn off their switch. And when you fail to realize that she really wants you for you, and you go to her, it's like, it's too late. I already moved on because you didn't want me. My dad said it's better to have a high electric bill than to be in the dark. And I agree with that. So creating goodness, sometimes you have to turn the light on, or for light to be showcased. And finally, the words of Michael Jackson: never can say goodbye. No, never can say goodbye. Never can say goodbye, because at the end of the day, it was hard. And my mom has said this too. The easiest thing to do is say hi. The hardest thing to do is say goodbye, because once you create that connection, the impact of that weighs on you. So always remember that even though it may be hard to say hi, even though it's easy to say hi to goodness for some of you, even though it's hard to say hi for some of you, either way, you still have an opportunity to say hi to the goodness and create goodness that can be good for you. So with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Thank you all so much. Like I said, don't forget this Saturday, part 1 of the Ray Love reunion review. Of course, we'll talk with Solana, the Queen T with GG9, my main man Q. We will be playing the inclusive drinking game of combative. So anytime that the word combative, or any subliminal to combative is said, you have to take a sip. So it's very inclusive. So we started this last Saturday. We're going to do it again this Saturday. And it should be a good time. And then, of course, at 9/8 Central, be ready for the Love and Marriage Huntsville live after show. It's going to be such a good time. And of course, those videos will be dropping at 9:01. I got to get into the lab and start creating. But with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you will always want a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. What you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we will rise up to be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just recognizing within yourself that goodness is not just a decision you make, but it is how you live. And shout out to Stuart Sky. He said, cancer is not how you beat it. Actually, you know what? Let me find the quote, because I want to make sure that I say Stuart Scott, because this quote is such a powerful quote. And yes, I will be back tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Cancer quotes. Yes, cancer quote. Because I think that this is a very powerful quote. When you pass away, it does not. Oh, here it is. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner of which you live. I'm going to say that again. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner of which you live. So when it comes to goodness, You live in the goodness of who you are by how you live, why you live, and the manner of which you live. So with that being said, I know what you do with you. Make sure the replay is not just where you watch it, not just where you listen to it, before you want to experience it again. Like I said, make sure the replay is not just where you watch it, not just where you listen to it, before you want to experience it again. Make sure the replay is not just where you watch it, not just where you listen to it, before you want to experience it again. I love you. I value. I embrace you all. I will see you back here tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern, for another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. One love, much love, all love. I'm out here, y'all. Peace.